Most people believe weakness is revealed when you speak, when your voice shakes, when you say the wrong thing, when you try to defend yourself and fail. But the truth is more uncomfortable than that. In most social situations, people have already decided how seriously they take you before you open your mouth. Human beings read signals constantly. Posture, eye contact, hesitation, the way you enter a room, the way you react to silence, the way you respond to tension. These tiny signals tell people something about your inner state. Are you calm or anxious? Certain or unsure? Grounded or desperate for approval? And once people read weakness, they do something very predictable. Some lose respect. Some become dismissive. Some start testing boundaries. Others quietly place you lower in the invisible hierarchy that exists in every workplace, friendship group, and family dynamic. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that control of the self is the foundation of authority, not loudness, not aggression, not dominance, control. Marcus Aurelius wrote that a man should stand upright, not be held upright, and what he meant was simple. Your presence should carry stability without needing performance, because people sense when someone is trying too hard, and when they do, something subtle happens. The power shifts. The first signal people read is your reaction to silence. Most people are deeply uncomfortable with quiet moments. When a conversation pauses, they rush to fill the space. They explain more. They add unnecessary details. They laugh nervously. They start justifying themselves even when nobody asked for justification. But silence is not your enemy. Silence is pressure. And pressure reveals who is stable and who is not. When someone can sit calmly in silence without rushing to escape it, it signals composure. It suggests they are not desperate for approval, not desperate to impress, not desperate to keep the other person entertained. The Stoics practiced this kind of restraint constantly. They understood that speech should be deliberate, not impulsive. The person who controls their words controls the frame of the interaction. But the person who panics in silence reveals something else. They reveal anxiety, and anxiety invites subtle dominance from others. The second signal people read is how quickly you defend yourself. This one catches many people off guard, because they believe defending themselves shows strength. But constant defense often signals insecurity. Imagine someone makes a small remark about you. Maybe it is teasing, maybe it is criticism, maybe it is just a casual observation. The moment you rush to explain yourself, justify your actions, or correct the story, you send a message that the comment hit a nerve. And once people see where your nerves are, they know exactly where to press next time. The Stoics took a different approach. They believed that truth does not need frantic protection. If someone misunderstands you, that is not automatically your problem. If someone misjudges you, time will expose the truth far more effectively than defensive speeches. Epictetus once said that if someone speaks badly of you, you should not defend yourself, but simply say, "If they knew my other faults, they would not have mentioned only these." That kind of calm response removes the energy from criticism entirely, and people notice it. The third signal is your relationship with approval. Many people walk into social situations carrying an invisible question. Do they like me? Do they respect me? Am I saying the right thing? That question changes how you behave. You become slightly more agreeable than you truly are. You laugh at jokes you do not find funny. You soften your opinions so nobody feels uncomfortable. You look for subtle signs of acceptance, a nod, a smile, a reaction. But when someone behaves this way, others sense the dependency immediately. Because approval seeking creates a strange dynamic. The more you want it, the less valuable it appears. The Stoics believe that self-respect must come from within, not from the shifting opinions of others. When someone speaks calmly and honestly without needing validation, it creates a different kind of presence. They are not pushing people away, but they are also not bending themselves to fit the room. And paradoxically, that independence tends to attract far more respect. The fourth signal is how you handle small moments of disrespect. Many people imagine disrespect as something dramatic, a direct insult, a public confrontation. But in reality, most disrespect is subtle. Someone interrupts you while you're speaking. Someone dismisses your idea too quickly. Someone makes a joke at your expense and watches your reaction closely. These moments are not accidents. They are probes. People are observing how much tolerance you have for being pushed around. If you laugh nervously and move on, the signal is clear. If you become overly emotional and defensive, the signal is also clear. But when someone calmly acknowledges the moment without losing composure, the dynamic shifts. The Stoics believed that dignity should remain steady regardless of circumstances, not explosive, not passive, simply steady. And steadiness makes people think twice before testing you again. The fifth signal is your pace. People who feel insecure often move too quickly. They rush their words. They respond immediately to every comment. They fill every gap in conversation. They try to prove their competence before anyone has questioned it. But calm people move differently. Their speech is slower. Their reactions are measured. They allow pauses. They think before responding. And this creates a subtle psychological effect. When someone moves with control rather than urgency, it signals that they are not under pressure, not trying to win approval, not afraid of losing attention. The Stoics trained themselves to slow their reactions because they believed impulsive behaviour is the enemy of wisdom. When you react instantly, you are controlled by the moment. But when you pause, even briefly, you reclaim control of yourself. And people can feel that difference immediately. The sixth signal is your emotional stability under pressure. At some point in every social environment, tension appears. A disagreement, a joke that lands awkwardly, a challenge to your opinion. In those moments, many people reveal their inner chaos. Their tone changes. Their body language tightens, their face shows irritation or anxiety, but emotional volatility tells people something important. It tells them that your state can be manipulated. If someone knows how to push your emotional buttons, they know how to influence your behaviour. The Stoics were obsessed with mastering this exact problem. They believed that external events are neutral. It is our reaction that gives them power. So they train themselves to observe emotions rather than immediately act on them. When someone remains composed during tension, it sends a powerful message. This person cannot easily be destabilized. And people instinctively respect stability. The seventh and final signal is perhaps the most subtle of all. It is your ability to exist without constantly proving yourself. Many people live as if they are on trial. Every conversation becomes a performance. Every interaction becomes an opportunity to demonstrate intelligence, humor, competence, or success. But paradoxically, constant self-promotion often lowers perceived status, because people begin to sense the motivation behind it. Someone who is secure does not feel the need to advertise themselves in every moment. Their actions speak over time. Their consistency builds credibility. The Stoics understood that reputation grows slowly through character, not through endless explanation. And the person who quietly focuses on their principles rather than their image often becomes the most respected figure in the room. The uncomfortable truth is that most social power has nothing to do with force, status, or loud confidence. It comes from internal discipline, the ability to control reactions, the ability to remain calm in silence, the ability to avoid explaining yourself unnecessarily, the ability to resist the hunger for approval. When you develop these qualities, something interesting begins to happen. People stop reading desperation in your behaviour. They stop sensing insecurity beneath your words. Instead, they see stability. And stability is rare. In a world where most people react impulsively, chase validation, and rush to defend their ego, the calm individual stands out immediately. The Stoics believed that mastering yourself is the highest form of power, because once you are no longer controlled by fear, approval, or emotional chaos, the social games that dominate most people simply lose their grip on you. And when that happens, something changes in how others perceive you. Not because you demanded respect, but because you quietly stopped giving signals that invited disrespect in the first place.